The glorious Quran says in Surah Ma'idah, chapter 5, verse number 32, that if anyone kills any other innocent human being, whether it be a Muslim or non-Muslim, it is as though he has killed the whole of humanity. And if anyone saves any other human being, it is as though he has saved the whole nation. The glorious Quran, Islam, as well as myself, condemn all acts of terrorism where innocent human beings are killed, including the one that took place recently in Dhaka, in Bangladesh, on the 1st of July, 2016. If anyone tries to justify that killing innocent human being is Islamic, is actually speaking against the Quran and the authentic sayings and hadith of Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. This is Dr. Zakir Naik from the holy city of Mecca on the 1st of Shawwal, wishing all of you a very happy and prosperous Eid. Taqabbalallahu minna minkum. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept the good deeds, prayers, du'as and sacrifice of us and you. Many of the news channels in India, they have shown a clipping on the television in which they showed me saying that every Muslim should be a terrorist. They have done recently in the past few days. They have done it earlier, many a times, in India and other parts of the world. Whenever anyone wants to malign me, they show this clipping. But to give you the fact, this clipping, yes, it is me saying it, but it is out of context. To know the full context, I have said a few times in some of my speeches that on the topic of terrorism, that what is the meaning of the word terrorist? And I go on to say that a terrorist is a person who terrorizes someone. And I give the example that if a robber sees a policeman, he's terrified. So for the robber, the policeman is a terrorist. And this I picked up from one of the articles in Times of India that Inspector Angre is a terrorist to the underworld. From there I got this, and I said in my speech that for the robber, the policeman is a terrorist. In this context, every Muslim should be a terrorist to the antisocial element. Whenever a robber, whenever a rapist, whenever a criminal sees a Muslim, he should be terrified. And every Muslim should be a terrorist to the antisocial element. But I went on further to say that commonly, the word terrorist means a person who terrorizes an innocent human being. In this context, no Muslim should ever be a terrorist. The media picks up that statement, doesn't speak what I said earlier or afterwards, only pick up the statement of me saying every Muslim should be a terrorist, and they malign me. Even some of the newspapers, they gave the earlier context, but did not give in the ending where I said that commonly a terrorist means a person who terrorizes an innocent human being. And in this context, no Muslim should be a terrorist. If they give the full context, no one in the wildest dream will ever think that I am promoting terrorism. This is what they do. They quote out of context and they malign me to get a better mileage. That's the reason. Never believe in the media whatever they say. Always check up, as the Quran says in Surah Hujurat, chapter 49, verse number 6. When you get information, check it up before you pass it on to the second person. Islam condemns all acts of terrorism. Islam condemns the killing of innocent human beings. This is Dr. Zakir Naik from the holy city of Mecca on the 1st of Shawwal, wishing all of you a very happy and prosperous. Many a times people ask me that what are my comments regarding ISIS killing innocent human beings? And in reply I say that if I say that I am the president of USA, will the media report that the president of USA is in Saudi Arabia? And the answer is no, because all of them know very well that I'm not the president of USA. They will say some lunatic is saying he's the president, or if I speak against his view saying I'm the president of USA, they will say an enemy of the president of USA is saying this. Similarly, unfortunately, unintentionally, ignorantly, many of us Muslims and the Muslim media, they promote the enemies of Islam. The enemies of Islam have coined this word, ISIS, Islamic State of Iraq and Syria. And when the non-Muslim media says that the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria has killed innocent people, many of the Muslims, they repeat and they say the same thing. If you ask me the question, has the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria killed innocent human beings? I would say no. It is the anti-Islamic state of Iraq and Syria which has killed the innocent human beings, because Islam condemns the killing of innocent human beings. Quran clearly says in Surah Ma'idah chapter 5 verse number 32, if anyone kills any innocent human being, whether it be a Muslim or non-Muslim, it is as though he has killed the whole of humanity. So how can any Muslim kill any innocent human being? So if I say in my speech that the Islamic State is doing and killing innocent human being, I am actually confirming that they're Islamic. What I will say, it is the anti-Islamic state of Iraq and Syria which is killing innocent human being. I should not say ISIS, the Muslim should say AISIS, anti-Islamic state of Iraq and Syria. Similarly in Arabic, to call them Daesh, Dora, Islamia is totally wrong. You should call them Daesh, Dora Ghair Islamia, because they are anti-Islamic. I request all the Muslims in the world, as well as the Muslim media, please do not help the enemies of Islam in attacking Islam. It is these enemy forces who have coined this word to malign Islam. Please, my request to the Muslims all over the world and the Muslim media, next time when you want to condemn this group of terrorists, say that they are anti-Islamic state of Iraq and Syria. Don't call them ISIS. The Muslims should say AISIS, anti-Islamic state of Iraq and Syria. The glorious Quran says in Surah Ma'idah chapter 5 verse number 32 that if anyone kills any other innocent human being, whether it be a Muslim or non-Muslim, it is as though he has killed the whole of humanity. And if anyone saves any other human being, it is as though he has saved the whole nation. The glorious Quran, Islam, as well as myself, condemn all acts of terrorism where innocent human beings are killed, including the one that took place recently in Dhaka, in Bangladesh, on the 1st of July, 2016. If anyone tries to justify that killing innocent human being is Islamic, is actually speaking against the Quran and the authentic sayings and hadith of Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. This is Dr. Zakir Naik from the holy city of Mecca on the 1st of Shawwal, wishing all of you a very happy and prosperous Eid. Taqabbalallahu minna minkum. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept the good deeds, prayers, du'as and sacrifice of us and you. A news reporter asked me that was I shocked at reading the news that came in headlines in most of the Indian newspaper that one of the terrorists who did the attack in Dhaka in Bangladesh was inspired by me. And I replied that there are two angles to it. Regarding me being shocked that a Bangladeshi was inspired by me, I would say no, I wasn't shocked. Because I appear on various different satellite channels. And in Peace TV network alone, there is a viewership of more than 100 million. And alhamdulillah, by the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I inspire millions of people throughout the world. And the point to be noted is that on my personal Facebook alone, there are more than 14 million likes, out of which even I was shocked when I learned that 4 million, more than 27% of the likes are from Bangladesh. The maximum in any country in the world is from Bangladesh. And 4 million from Bangladesh, a country where majority don't speak English, and giving likes on my Facebook is astonishing. I was shocked. And the report says that more than 90% of the people in Bangladesh, they know me, and more than 50% of them are my fans. So if a person is inspired by my videos, it's not shocking. And we see that there are millions of people, Muslims and non-Muslims alike, that are inspired by my video and they come closer to Islam. And just because a person knows a personality who's famous and a celebrity, you cannot attribute every act of that person to the personality he is a follower of. Yes, I do agree that I inspire hundreds of thousands and millions of people close to Islam. But every fan of mine may not follow everything what I say. Once a person comes closer to Islam, there are possibilities that he starts hearing other speakers. And today, as we are aware of, there are some people who misguide the Muslims, and in the name of Islam, they encourage them to kill innocent people, innocent human beings, which is totally against the Quran. If you hear my talk, you will never ever find in any of my talks where I have condoned terrorism or killing an innocent human being. So the second part of the information that was given in the Indian newspapers was giving an indication that I inspired this act of killing innocent people, which I totally disagree. I've been giving lectures for more than 25 years. There is not a single talk of mine where I've ever encouraged any human being to kill any other innocent human being, whether Muslim or non-Muslim. And I say this in my talk, it's against the Quran, in Surah Ma'idah chapter 5, verse number 32. So this evil act of the Indian media, trying to prove to the people or trying to give an indication that Dr. Zakir Naik is encouraging terrorism, is devilish. I totally disagree with it, and I condemn these media which are trying to prove that I am encouraging acts of terrorism. Yes, I have heard in the news media, as well as in several news channels, that they are misquoting. They are quoting sentences from my speech, which are half, which are midway, without context, and trying to give a view to the Indians that I am a person who promotes terrorism. I'm totally against terrorism. I condemn all acts of terrorism, including killing innocent human beings. Killing innocent human being is the second major sin in Islam. And Islam and Quran, as well as myself, is totally against all acts of terrorism, including killing innocent human beings. This is Dr. Zakir Naik from the holy city of Makkah on the 1st of Shawwal, wishing all the people a happy and prosperous Eid. Taqabbal Allah minna minkum. May Allah accept the good deeds, prayers, sacrifice and du'as from us and from you. The point to be noted is that the Indian media, whether it be the newspapers or the television channels, they picked up everything without verifying what the Bangladeshi newspaper Daily Star said. My point is that they did not follow the ethics of journalism. The second question is, why didn't they pick up the comments which were written by the readers of this Daily Star? And when I went on the online edition, I found that almost all the comments were in my favor except for one. And I'll read you some of the comments. Why didn't the media repeat them? One of the comments is by Samina Hussain, who says, Zakir Naik is not a radical preacher. Please post the link of anything that he said that was radical. Anything anyone says can be taken out of context. Let us decide. If he's radical, the Daily Star should be more responsible before making sweeping comments. There's another comment by Rafiuddin. Zakir Naik, a radical preacher? Question mark. Please produce your evidence. He emphatically denounced killing innocent people, be it a Muslim or non-Muslim. He frequently quotes the following ayah to condemn those who murder innocent people. If anyone murder a person, unless it be for capital punishment, for murder, or for spreading mischief in the land, it would be as if he has murdered the whole humanity. And if anyone saved it, it would be he saved the life of the whole humankind. Quran, chapter 5, verse 32. There is another comment by Rabi Khan. The truth will come out by proper investigation, I think. Another comment by Humayun Siddiqui. Zakir Naik, a radical preacher, question mark, LOL. Laugh out loudly. These were some of the comments. There's another comment by Shafiqul Islam. Can the reporter tell us which particular speeches of these three men provoked the miscreants to commit the atrocities? And did they live in a world where only speeches of these three men were available? Such reportage may not harm the reputation of preachers like Dr. Zakir Naik. However, I'm afraid it will characterize the Daily Star as a media outlet that exhibits bias and prejudice. Nirona Manush. I didn't know if Dr. Zakir Naik was promoting extremism and jihad. I guess you should verify the source before publishing news. Comparison with all organized major religion is very common. Every church in the West uses comparison method to promote Christianity. If Dr. Naik is not involved in promoting jihad, then please remove him from the news. It may hurt many people's feeling. I'll read one more. Mehdi Hassan Sheikh says, how much of jackass do you have to be to call Dr. Zakir Naik a radical preacher? Why didn't the Indian news media also mention all these things? This shows that it is more of journalism to attract more viewership and to have more readership, that they pick up what they want and they leave what they want, rather than verifying. If you verify the fact, you'll come to know that I'm totally against terrorism. I'm totally against killing any innocent human being. This is Dr. Zakir Naik from the holy city of Makkah on the 1st of Shawwal, wishing all the people a very happy and prosperous Eid. Taqabbalallahu minna minkum. May Allah accept the good deeds, prayers, du'as, and sacrifice from us and from you.